Hi here, Finn's here. I'm back for another video. And guess what? We are in... It's time for a Eurovision video. It's time for me to talk about Eurovision again. Because it's rehearsal week. Yes, for the past 4 days, 35 countries have been rehearsing in Tel Aviv, Israel for the 64th, yes that's right, 64th Eurovision Song Contest 2019. Yeah, so yes, I'm, as you can tell, I have not moved from my room. I'm not in Tel Aviv, Israel, unfortunately. I'm still here in the beautiful UK. I am watching the rehearsals at home. Not only the 30 seconds clips, of course, not the full 3 minutes, because I don't know how to do that, but I can't. But I am watching the 30-second clips of the rehearsals this year. And yes, I am. So I've been watching the first rehearsals, and I think they've been mostly good. A lot of countries improved for me. Yes, and yeah, I'm going to be talking about this video about the countries who I think were really great, and say I thought, I'm going to talk about the countries that did really well in their rehearsals and some of the countries who didn't do so well in their first rehearsals. And these are just, and bearing in mind these are the only 35 countries that can meet in the semi-finals. We haven't seen the Big Five or host country Israel yet, so I think they're Saturday or Sunday, they're much later on. So yeah, so I'm going to start off with countries who I thought did really well in their rehearsals. Australia, Cape Middle-Heike. Oh, they really, I know they were changing the staging for Australia this year, but it's really good. I think that's definitely one of the best staging so far. I love that Kate is now on a big giant pogo stick in the air, and she's got two other dancers doing it, and she's now singing on a pogo stick now, or I don't know what it is, but yes, that Australia staging is very well done. I could even say that's the best Australian staging ever. Who else who I liked? Cyprus is opening the first semi-final. I was worried it was going to be a bit like Fuego, but no, we've got male dancers now. We've got now a clove removal, which is very interesting. I'm not too sure about the cowboy theme in it, but anyway, it's still very good. It's good opening to the semi-finals. I'm really happy the producers of the show have decided to open it with Cyprus, because I think that was a good decision. Serbia, that whirlpool, a lot of people have been talking about. Neva, or Neva, I think her name you pronounce it. Anyway, she's really good, vocally on point. After not qualifying with Moya 3, I think Serbia is in the final this year. I think after missing out in 2013, Neva, I think you pronounce it, is going to the final. I think her dream will come true on Tuesday night. Russia, I've just seen. Russia looks good. I'm quite impressed with the Russian staging. I have to say, I was not a big fan of the song from Russia this year. However, the staging looks really good. I like the idea of having several Sergeys on one stage. I think it looks very expensive. I think it looks good. Sure, it's not as good as the staging we had for the You Are the Only One, but I still think this is a very good staging from the Russians, so well done, Russia. Who else? Ireland. Oh, Ireland. I like Ireland staging. I love the LED in the background, that comic strip with, you've got the like 22s everywhere, you know, you've got a 22 door that spins around, you know, we're in like 90s, 50s diner, you know, it seems fun. I don't think the number 2 spot phases them. Who else? Moldova really surprised me. Because guess what? They brought back the Sun Lady from Ukraine 2011. And they really needed her. It came out of nowhere. I mean, to be fair, they really needed her because they needed something to save the song. Yes, that Sand Lady. Yes, I was quite surprised they actually got her. So yes, Moldova really surprised me. That was a grow on me. I don't think it will be enough to qualify because it is still a dated cliche song and it's still in the number 3 spot. But Moldova's really improved, so they should be really proud of themselves. Who else I liked? Okay, I'm gonna Slovenia. Now, with Slovenia, I have to be honest with you. I still don't like the song from Slovenia, and I don't think I ever will. But the staging is actually really good. You know, you've got the stars. You know, I mean, the two of them staring at each other's eyes is actually quite nice. Common kind of vibes from them. I mean, when you compare Slovenia and Hungary together, because they're both singing songs, quite quiet songs, gentle songs, I think Slovenia, although I prefer Hungary songs to Slovenia, I think I prefer Slovenia staging to Hungary, because I kind of feel warmth to her. I think the problem with Hungary is Hungary looks a bit empty, however Slovenia's, I think, kind of works better, and it doesn't feel so empty. You kind of get that kind of feeling with Slovenia. I mean, to be fair, I can't even remember how it goes, but it's very good staging, and I might even say now Slovenia might qualify to the final. Yeah, I said the Q word, qualify. It might actually qualify. Yeah. Anyway, I'm going to now talk about the countries who didn't do so well in their first rehearsal. That being said, it doesn't mean they're out. There's always a second rehearsal, but these are the countries who I think didn't do so well in their first rehearsals. Montenegro. Oh, it pains me to say Montenegro, because actually it was one of my guilty pleasures of the year. I think the problem with Montenegro is not the song. Well, for me, it's not the song, it's the staging. It just feels a little bit too crowded. I know there's 6 performers, but they should have just spread them all out. For me, they feel like, I know it's one big family, but it just feels like they all try to get that camera time, you know, I think they're too crowded. They need to be spread out a little bit, maybe. Yes. Who else? Latvia. Latvia's another. Oh, Latvia is such a dull song. Sorry, but it is. The stage, I prefer the black and white effects. Yeah, I think out of all the countries competing in the semi-finals, I think Latvia is definitely the one where we all can say it's not going to qualify to the final. To be fair, they've got Lithuania, but to vote for, but it's still not enough. I just think it just doesn't take me anywhere. It just doesn't. I just don't want to. I don't feel anything, you know. Who else? Belgium was a little bit of a letdown. I wouldn't put drums in their staging. I thought that was quite weird. I don't know what. I mean, Elliot's a nice guy. He's a decent guy. I mean, we all like we all love his voice. We like his personality. But I'm afraid, I do fear Barbara Dex is on your way, Elliot. I'm not sure what he's wearing. Talking about Barbara Dex, I think the contenders for Barbara Dex this year, so far is Montenegro, Belgium and Portugal, because those are serious contenders. But Portugal's another one that I think struggled for first rehearsal. The song is still good, but what is Conan Osiris wearing even? He looks like a Christmas tree. I can understand wearing green, it matches the Portuguese flag. I can understand the red roses in the background, red and green, a Portuguese flag. It's a little bit dark. I think it needs to be a bit brighter. And oh, for goodness sake, give him better clothes to wear, Conan Osiris. What he wore in his national selection was actually really good. That white thing he was wearing, I would have preferred him to keep that on. So yeah, I think that's everything. But that being said, the countries I've said that didn't do so well in first rehearsals, this is the reason why we have second rehearsals, so they can improve before they go to their semi-finals and compete in there. This is why we have 2 rehearsals, even more. This is what practice makes perfect. You know, they might not get it right first time, but there's always improvement. That being said, I'm not hating on any of the countries that I've said haven't done well in the first rehearsals. I love Portugal's song. I like the Belgium song. Montenegro is still a guilty pleasure, but staging-wise, I do think there's always room for improvement. There's always room for improvement for all the acts at Eurovision, yeah. But that's my opinion on the rehearsals so far. Comment down below what you think of the rehearsals so far in Tel Aviv. And yes, you can comment, like this video, subscribe to my channel. Oh, and by the way, the Tel Aviv stage looks epic. I know it's a little bit smaller than previous years, but it's similar to last year. They've still got this bridge, you've still got that catwalk. Where you've got the some crowd behind you, you know, it's a bit similar to last year, but those triangles look epic, you know. I'm happy they've got LEDs, because, you know, I didn't mind not having LEDs last year, but I think the LED screens this year are really good, and I like they spin around as well. It looks really good, I have to say. Israel done a good job this year, so word on Israel. You might not be in Europe, but you're in Europe when it's Eurovision, if you know what I mean. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I will be back for more Eurovision content. I'm very interested to see what the UK does. Very interesting what the Big Five and Israel are going to do with their rehearsals. I will probably do another video very soon. Until then, have a great day, won't you? Goodbye, people, and shalom!